Okay guys, well now we'll be talking about prepositions according to uses. Look at to the screen please. According to uses, prepositions are three types: preposition of place, preposition of time, and preposition of movement. We have already done in the previous lecture that prepositions according to structure are four types, okay? The first one is the sample preposition, which is made of simple words, and the second one is the dual preposition, which is made of two words or two prepositions. If we divide them, they can be divided into separate prepositions. So then the third one is the compound prepositions. Compound prepositions are those prepositions which are not like the dual preposition. They are made of two prepositions, maybe three prepositions, or maybe three words, but they act as a one preposition. And the last one was participle preposition. And participle prepositions are actually participle prepositions when ing form of the verb or the third form of verb, okay, not all of them, a little of them, when they are used as a preposition, then they are called participle preposition. So let's start preposition according to uses. Preposition of place, preposition of time, and preposition of moment. Now, when we use them in sentences, so it will talk about three things. It means when we use any kind of preposition, either simple, compound, participle, or dual preposition, they will show us three things. Okay, the first one is maybe place, or maybe time, or it can be a movement, right? So the first one is preposition of place, according to the uses of preposition in sentences. Preposition of time and preposition of movement. So look at the screen. The first one is preposition of place. Preposition of place refer to those prepositions which can be used to show where something is located. It means these are those prepositions which show us the position, the existence, the place where an object or where something or where someone is existed or is there, or he is present there, or it is present there. Okay, so these are called preposition of place. So from the place you understand that these are prepositions, they show place in the sentence. Okay, example is above, after. These are preposition of place. Up, on, before, against, by, behind, below, along, near, down, in, at, across, inside, between, over. These all are prepositions of place. Now look at to the example in the uses of the sentences, okay? So the airplane is flying above the clouds. Now here it shows us the place of the aeroplane, the flying place, where the aeroplane flies, okay? So above shows the aeroplane is above the cloud, okay? Show the position of the aeroplane. Now the second one is the dog buried the bone under the ground. So this under shows us that where the bone has been buried. So the bone has been buried under the ground. So here it shows us the position of the bone, that the bone is under the ground. Okay. The third one example is our house is at the end of the street. Now this at shows us that where our house is located is at the end of the street. So when you say it's at the end of the street, so this at shows us that the house is located there at the end of the street. So this at shows a place of the house, that where this house is situated, or where this house is present, or where this house existed. Okay, so the last one is the cat ran across the road. When we say the cat ran across the road, so it tells us the position of the cat, the moment of the cat, that where this cat ran. The cat ran across the road. So this is called the preposition of place. So all those prepositions which we have used in sentences, which you can see on the screen, they show us the place where something happens, or the place where something exists, or where someone exists. Okay, so above, under, at, and across, these are called the prepositions of place. We will discuss them in detail later on, okay, one by one, all the prepositions. Okay, so now preposition of time. From the preposition of time, from the time you can understand that these are prepositions, they show us time in a sentence. So look at the screen, the definition of preposition of time. A preposition of time helps to link the noun or pronoun with a time value. It function as indicator as to what point of time did an event occur. So it shows us the relationship, or it links a noun or pronoun with a time value, okay? That from what point or how much time is taken by an action or by that person, okay? So the example of preposition of time. Here are some example for preposition of time. So we have about, before, for, by, around, in, ago, at, past, since, to, on, after, until, between, and during. These are preposition of time, okay? They can be used as a preposition of time. So look at the example on the screen I've used in some sentences. The train is about an hour late. So this about shows us that the train and is linked with the time an hour late, okay? An hour late. So when you say the train is about an hour late, so this about shows us it links the train with the time value, with the time. Okay, the classes began at 8 o'clock. So when the classes began at 8 o'clock, when we say the classes began at 8 o'clock, so remember one thing, this 8 tells us that what it links the classes with the time value. It means that when the classes will start, they will start at 8 o'clock. Okay, my birthday falls on Wednesday. It means when my birthday comes, it comes on Wednesday. So Wednesday is the time, and birthday is the subject or the thing or the object. So that links the this on preposition links the birthday with the Wednesday. Wednesday is here a time, okay, that this birthday happens on Wednesday. Now, if I say India has been independent since 1947, or if I say Pakistan has been independent since 1947, so here, remember one thing, here I showed in the first sentence, I showed that India has got its dependence since 1947. It means that the dependence starts from 1947. In the same way, if I say Pakistan has got its dependence on 14 August 1947. So again, we talk about the Pakistan relationship with the time that the independence of Pakistan starts since 1947. So these were the example of prepositions of time. Now, preposition of movement, they are very simple. Now, from the name, you can understand that these are prepositions which are called dynamic prepositions. They show movement in sentences. Okay, so here are some examples of the prepositions of movement. We have done, past, down, past, into, behind, up to, onto, through, off, over, on, across, at, by, for, after, towards. These are prepositions of movement. In the example, look at the example in the sentences. So the first one example is, the cat has climbed up a tree. Now, here, this up shows us that the action of climbing happens with relation to the tree. Okay, so this up shows that the movement of the cat, she is climbing over on the tree. So you can say that the cat has climbed up a tree. So here it shows us, this up shows us the movement of climbing. Okay, now the children got off the bus. Again, this off shows us the action of coming down from the bus. So the children got off the bus. Now next one we said, the third one sentence is, she ran along the pavement. When we say she ran along the pavement, so this along shows us the movement, the running movement of her, that where she ran. So she ran along the pavement. Okay, next one we have, the bus goes towards the market. So it shows the movement of the bus, that the bus goes toward the market. Okay, so the bus goes towards the market. So here two words shows us the movement of the bus, and the first sentence up shows the movement of the cat, and the third, the second one off shows the children movement coming down from the bus, and the running movement in the third sentence is shown by along, and the bus goes toward the market, so toward shows the movement of the bus. So these were prepositions according to movement. Okay, now we are gonna go ahead in very detail that you should understand, because these prepositions, they pose a lot of problems for students, or even if they are PhD scholars, or if they are professors, or if they are teachers. So they create a lot of problems. So let's finish those problems. Okay, now so now we are coming again back to subject and landmark. What I mean by subject and landmark, look at the screen. The book is on the table. When you look to the screen, there is a sentence, the book is on the table. So this on functions here is a prepositional place. You already know that. It is a prepositional place because it shows the place of the book. Okay, it shows that where the book lies, or where the book exists, where is the location of the book, or where is the place of the book. Okay, now the phrase the book refers to a thing whose location the speaker wants to indicate. It means the speaker wants to indicate that where the book exists, or where the book lies, or where the book is present. Okay, so this book, we call it here the subject of the preposition. On the screen I have written this is called the subject of the preposition, because the phrase the table refers to another thing. Look at here, there is also another one on the table. So the phrase the table refers to another thing. We call it the landmark of the preposition. Now the preposition the table refers to another thing, the landmark of the preposition. The table is called the landmark. Why we call it the landmark? Because remember one thing, when the preposition show us the place of the object, or the place of the person, or the place of something, then we call those things subjects. Okay, not that one subject which does something like he goes to school, he is a subject. Okay, I'm not talking about that one. Subject can be anything. Okay, so now with relation to something else, like the table in the sentence, so this we call it the landmark of the preposition. So the preposition on look at the subject, the table, in relation to the landmark. Look at the 5 number line here. The preposition on look at the subject which is the book. Okay, in relation to the landmark which is the table. Okay, so it looks at the subject with relation to the landmark. So landmark is means which a preposition look at the subjects to the relationship to those objects which we call them landmarks. Okay, so thus we can say that prepositions tells us about the structure of the physical scene. The structure of the physical scene. Okay, both the subject and the landmark are physical things here. They are tangible. We can see them. Okay, so we can say that here that this on is being used spatially or laterally, rather than figuratively or metaphorically. So it means that there are two kinds of uses according to the meaning of the preposition in sentences, and we will do now here. Look at here, prepositions according to meaning. We can use prepositions with two kinds of meaning. Either prepositions will be used as with the meaning of visual meaning. On the screen you can see visual meaning. And it can be used as an imaginative meaning. For what does visual mean? Visual mean when prepositions are used laterally or they are used spatially. So lateral and spatial comes with the meaning of visual. Okay, and imaginative meaning means abstract or figurative, or we call it metaphorically. When prepositions are used metaphorically, they don't show us real physical things. They don't show us tangible things, okay? They can be used as an abstract, for abstract ideas or for abstract events, okay? So when prepositions are used for abstract ideas, so we can call them that they have been used here as an imaginative, with imaginative meaning. But when prepositions show us the physical things which we can see here, there, like the book is on the table, the book also exists, we can see here, we can visualize, we can touch, they are tangible things, they are physical things, and as well as the table, okay, both the subject and the landmark, both of them are tangible things. So we can say that these prepositions have been used as a with a visual meaning, right? So example of this is, look at with a visual meaning. Put your drink on the table, or if I say put your book on the table, okay? Now you can see the book here, put your book on the table. So when I say put your book on the table, so here you can also see the book and as well as the table. Or if I say the book is on the table, so the book and the table are physical things, they are tangible, they can be visualized. Okay, we can see them. So therefore, we can say that this preposition has been used with a visual meaning, right? But here, example of preposition with imaginative meaning, okay, or with abstract ideas. For example, look at the example on the screen. If I said the teachers need to put the responsibilities on students' shoulders. Now here we know that the landmark shoulder exists, but the teacher never put really the responsibilities on student's shoulder. But we have used here is with an abstract idea. Okay, this on shows here an abstract idea. So we can say that here this on gives us the meaning, we call it the imaginative meaning of preposition. So the teacher never puts the responsibility on students' shoulders. Okay, we can't see them. There is no responsibility, doesn't exist. Okay, we can only observe them. Okay, so therefore they are not tangible thing. Responsibility is not tangible thing. It's not a physical thing. So when prepositions show us abstract ideas or intangible things or non-physical things, then we can call them that these prepositions have an abstract meaning or have imaginative meaning, right? So now in this class, now we will be talking about in a very detail the uses of on. This is the first preposition because this on poses a lot of problems for students, and we will do this now.